Of all the vivid and entertaining characters that Mowgli meets on his journey back to the Man Village, one character never made it past the storyboard stage. Rocky the Rhino was described by Walt Disney in story meetings as a sort of Mr. Magoo of a rhinoceros. Half-blind and extremely dumb. Writer Larry Clemens and his story team spent a year developing Rocky and the sequence in which he would star. The fight with Mowgli at the Black Pool, the vulture's lair. The choice for Rocky's voice was Frank Fontaine, best known for his recurring character Crazy Guggenheim on The Jackie Gleason Show. With Fontaine's distinctive voice, Rocky had all the makings of another standout personality in the Jungle Book cast.
That's what friends are for.
Walt and his story team kept striving for more personality for the vultures, who evolved from typically scruffy vultures into the four Liverpudlian mop-tops inspired by British invasion bands of the time. They continued to struggle with the storyline, with Walt wanting the vultures to be more active in the sequence, to stir things up. This series of storyboards starts with the vultures mentioning their friend, Rocky.
Who's Rocky?
One vulture instructs Mowgli he needs to have a better vantage point.
Just climb up there. You'll see Rocky. I'm not afraid of Rocky. Say that again, just once more, so my little ear can hear it a bit louder. I said I'm not afraid of Rocky. Who said he ain't afraid of Rocky? He did. I'll clobber him. Don't worry, kid, he ain't got all his marbles. Marbles? I have too got all my marbles, just listen. Big ones, ain't they? What I tell you? Besides, he's as blind as a bat. I smell a man cub. Where is he? Hey, Beaky, point me in his direction, will ya? I'm right in front of you. Hiding behind that post, huh?
Rocky draws a line in the sand, and soon everyone is daring Mowgli to cross it. Mowgli's not interested, but one of the vultures solves that problem. Rocky starts gearing up for some action, and the vultures get ready for the show they've been waiting for. A clueless Rocky asks what happened, and the vultures inform him that there's going to be a round 2 to this fight.
You'll be all right. Oh well, let's go pick up the pieces. Well, I'll be. The new fella punched Rocky right off the scene. Come on, mates, let's go meet the new champ. Kid, we'd like to make you an honorary vulture.
Mowgli declines their invitation, declaring that he is a person with no friends. The dialogue here is quite similar to the final film, but it leads to a very different result. Walt initially suggested that the vultures sing their song in the style of the Beatles. The song was never fully finished, but several audio tracks were discovered that give a very good indication of the direction they were going.
We're your friends.
They're your friend.
We're your friends to the bitter end. When you're done in, who hangs around to fuck you up when you are down? And when you're out for the count, who picks you up off the floor?
That's what friends are for.
And when you're lost in dire need, who's at your side at lightning speed? And when you're outside looking in, who's there to open the door?
That's what friends are for.
You know the zebra, the hyena, and the kangaroo. The cobra and the lion all agree it's true. We're fond of every creature coming down the pike.
In fact, they never met an animal they didn't like.
Who offers near? Who are your chums? Prepare to pounce when danger comes. Who's always eager to extend a friendly claw?
That's what friends are for.
You know the armadillo, elephant, and wild boar.
The cheetah and the anteater, they adore.
We even dine friend with the rhino and his shiny spike.
But they never met an animal they didn't like.
So you can see, oh yeah,
We're friends in need,
oh yeah,
and friends in need
oh yeah,
are friends indeed.
oh yeah.
We'll keep you safe in the jungle forevermore. That's what friends are for.
At a certain point in development, Walt decided to abandon this rock version of the Vulture song and replaced it with the barbershop quartet that appears in the final film.
We're your friends. We're your friends. We're your friends to the bitter end.
In the end, it was Rocky the Rhino who needed a friend. Walt was growing uncertain about the character. Some people believe it was because Walt didn't find Fontaine's voice so funny after listening to it for months on end. But as Walt said in a story meeting in January of 1966, there are too many action sequences in a row. The monkeys, the vultures, and Rocky are all ugly. There's no balance. Maybe we could drop Rocky. And with that, Rocky's short-lived film career came to an end.
The world of Disney and the world of nature have been sort of one thing for a long time now.
Disney and animals. In so many ways, the story of Disney is the story of animals of many different kinds. Walt often said of the studio that this all started with a mouse, and we still love that little fellow today. Disney's Animal Kingdom continued to grow as Walt inspired his artists to make their drawings of animals better and more realistic with every film.
It's always a challenge bringing a great story classic to the screen, giving visual form to characters and places that have only existed in the imagination.
To create Bambi, artists studied live animals not only to create believable animal movement, but to study their behavior and personalities. This tradition has continued through the years, from the animals of the forests featured in Snow White, Pocahontas, and Brother Bear, to the animals of the jungles in films like Tarzan and The Jungle Book, to the animals in the wild, to the animals of the African plain portrayed in The Lion King. The artists creating these wonderful animal characters were inspired by their real-life counterparts. And real-life animals became Disney stars as well. Seal Island created a completely new kind of movie, the nature film, which combined documentary-style realism with an entertaining and often humorous storyline. The True Life Adventure series helped to bring a new appreciation for the animal world to audiences of all ages. Seal Island went on to win the first of many Academy Awards for the True Life Adventures. Disney films were just the beginning.
We recognize that the act of conservation is something that we really need to be a part of, but the most important thing we can do is keep teaching our kids how important this world of ours is that we live in. It's as simple as that.
At Disney's Animal Kingdom and the Living Seas at Epcot, both accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, Disney uses the magic of storytelling to raise awareness of conservation and to increase appreciation of wildlife. Disney's legacy continues on through the Disney Wildlife Conservation Fund. With the help of Disney guests, the fund has contributed more than $10 million to organizations committed to helping ensure a bright future for wildlife and wild places around the world.
You've probably heard people talk about conservation. Well, conservation isn't just the business of a few people. It's a matter that concerns all of us.